back story. So there was this guy named T2 Studios, and he was like, wow, look at this funny shop I made. And then he joined Redstone's server, and he's like, hey Rex, look at this funny shop I made. And then they became best friends, and Redstone is like, hey, look at this smaller shop I made. So then T2 Studios and Redstone are like, hey, let's make an epic collab. And then they started making a collab, and it's out right now. If you go on Redstone's channel, you can watch it. By the time I'm recording this, it does not exist, but when I upload it, it will exist. So yeah, they're best friends. They make a collab, and then I make a smaller one, and then I'm like, hey Rex, I made a smaller one. And he's like, stop, no, stop, wait for me to upload mine, please don't steal my views. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. And so I waited, and here we are. So in today's video, we're going to be building an any ratio customizable redstone shop. Now you may be thinking, wow, that's a lot of big words, Crafty, what does that mean? Well, in front of me we have the commercial online crocodile kiosk, or the and that's going to help demonstrate how this shop works. So over here in our shulker box, we have some diamonds we can spend, so we're just gonna take these, and we have 3 different shops. But guess what? All of the redstone in these shops are the exact same, but they have different prices, and you get different amounts of crocodiles back. So the first one, we have 6 diamonds for 9 crocodiles, or a 6-to-9 ratio. So if I just put in 6 diamonds like this, they're going to get sucked up by the shop. You're going to hear a piston fire, and then the piston fire again, and that's when we get our 9 crocodiles back. And you're going to hear a torch burnout, and that's just the shop resetting. So this thing can also process multiple payments, so if I just get 12 diamonds instead of 6, it's actually going to take 6 at a time. So there we go, it stopped. So now we're going to get 9 crocodiles like that. And then we're just going to wait for that torch burnout, and then the next 6 diamonds are going to go into the shop, and we're going to get another 9 crocodiles in this first slot, very nice and quickly. So we just take these and do whatever we want with them. But like I said, this thing's customizable, so we also have 2 diamonds for 2 crocodiles, or a 2-to-2 ratio, which is basically a 1-to-1 ratio, but still, this is the lowest amount that can process multiple payments. So if we just put in 2, we're gonna get 2 crocodiles back really fast because there's a lot less items. Now this thing does work with a 1-to-2 ratio, except 1-to-2 does not process multiple items properly. This is the fastest thing to go, and you'll see in a minute. So if I just dip in like 8 diamonds, we're gonna get 8 crocodiles, and you're gonna see it's gonna start spazzing, but it actually still works. You're gonna hear lots of burnouts, lots of pistons, but 2-to-2 still works. So yep, there we go, we got 8 crocodiles back. That is the correct amount. So this is basically the minimum. What about the maximum? The maximum you can charge is 63 of whatever your payment object is. Now 44 isn't the max, no, that's not the max at all. The max is actually 5 stacks plus 1 item. That's a lot of items that you can give back, so I'm just saying that now. So we're just gonna see 63 items. Now this is gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna speed this part up of the video.
I'm just a Genji main, I lose every single game. People think that.
So there we go, the diamonds have all been taken, and now you just heard the pistons, and how we have to wait that same amount of time, and we'll start getting our crocodiles back. So I guess I'll just fast forward this again, but I mean, I could just cut and you won't know. And we just heard some pistons, and the crocodiles are coming back, so we're gonna get 44 crocodiles, so I guess we'll just wait for those 44 again. So again, I'll speed up the video.
I'm insane, I'm bad.
And we are nearing 44, so we'll just do it at normal speed. And you're gonna hear the torch burnout. Actually, the thing on the top also has to reset, and then the torch burnout is gonna go off. So there we go, there's the torch burnout, and finally we got our 44 crocodiles. Now you can definitely put in items while the stuff is processing, because it actually stops extra items from coming through. That's why it can process multiple payments in the first place. So anyways, now that you've seen how it works, we're gonna see a more open version, and you get to see all the redstone exposed. So let's go look at that. So yeah, here's the whole thing exposed with no walls or anything. As you can see, this thing is absolutely tiny. It is 6 by 6 by 3, making it 108 blocks in volume, which makes it a whole layer in the back smaller than Rex's. Look at me just throwing gold into the void because that's how happy I am. Now on this side of the shop, you can see two hopper timers, one on the top and one on the bottom. Those are the two hopper timers that basically control the entire thing. And I just cut some more gold, and I'm probably going to throw it in the void now. But yeah, this thing is really small. So now let's just do an explanation, and then after that we can do the tutorial. So I'm just going to throw my gold into the void, and we'll do the explanation. So, how does this magic wizard shop work? So, if we just take a look at the redstone, you can kind of tell that there are two main components, this red circuit on the bottom and this blue circuit on the top. Now, the red circuit is the payment system, and the blue circuit is the kind of reward system, aka how much it actually gives you back. So, let's do it in order. Let's look at the payment system first. So in this hopper over here, we have 4 non-stackable items, and we have 58 diamonds, which means we need 6 diamonds to make this 64, which means this hopper will be completely full. So when the hopper is completely full, this comparator will give out a signal strength of 15. And we also have this redstone block beside it, which is actually locking the comparator. I found the one use for locking comparators with redstone blocks on the side. So that means when it is 15, that is the only time this comparator is going to turn on. And it's going to go into this target block, and it's going to update this piston. Because currently, this piston is powered, but it just hasn't realized it yet. So when this changes signal strength, this will realize it is updated, and it will just extend. So when this redstone block extends, this redstone here will deactivate. So if we can just squeeze ourselves here and just crouch, as you can see, it's powering this barrel. So that barrel is this barrel over here. So this is a solid block, so that means this hopper is activated. So when that gets pushed, this hopper will be unlocked, letting items flow down into this. And if we just look at this hopper, there is exactly 6 items, which means there's going to be exactly 6 items that will flow from the top hopper down to the bottom hopper. So when that has finished flowing, this piston will push the redstone block back and lock this hopper again. And also when it gets pushed back, this piston will extend, extending this observer, and it's going to power this block and power this piston and power this reward system. So this reward system was made by Ganymede, and I kind of just modified it a little bit so it'd fit in this area because his was also 3 wide, but the piston with the redstone block was in the middle, so I had to kind of move it a little bit so it'd be on the side. So the way this works is we have some items in here. Now I said it was a 6:9 ratio shop, but this has 8 items. How does that work? It's kind of the one drawback of this, but it's barely a drawback. So the thing is, this has to be 1 less than what you actually want. So there's going to be 8 items here, but it's still going to give 9. If you put 1 item here, it's going to give you 2. That's how it works. So when this piston gets 1 tick, it's going to spit out its redstone block. It's going to unlock this hopper, letting the items into this minecart chest, into this hopper, and into the barrel down here. And when all of the items have reached this hopper over here, this comparator will turn off. This torch will turn on, extending this piston, and this observer will power this block and extend, well, actually retract the redstone block again. So now this hopper is locked, and all the items in this can flow back into here, and all the items here won't move anymore because the redstone block is locking the hopper now. So let's sort of try to see that in action. So I got my 6 diamonds here, and we're going to put them in there. This piston is going to extend, and then this is going to push back, and over here this has activated and it has retracted. And we also have this torch burnout system. This is basically a bunch of extra delay that keeps this top hopper locked, so extra items won't go in. They'll only go in after this has been processed. So there we go, 9 items. So yeah, that's basically how the shop works. I know it was, I think, an okay explanation, but anyways, let's figure out how we build this thing, shall we? So for this build, you're gonna need a 3 wide area, and it is also gonna be 6 blocks long. You're also gonna need 1 block of space above your shop and 2 blocks of space below your shop. So basically your wall is gonna go here, and you need to mine out 5 blocks into the wall. And then your floor is gonna be down here, down and in front of this barrel. So the things you need are in this barrel. You can just pause the video and just check what you need. And then in this bottom row are things that you need inside your hoppers. So you're gonna need a stack of your payment item maximum, so you're probably gonna need less than this. And then 4 non-stackable items. Wooden shovels are the cheapest one. and then a bunch of junk items to put in your hopper timers, and finally some reward items. This is the items that the player will get once you finish paying, and then you're going to need some wiring blocks, some wall blocks, and all of that fancy stuff. So let's just start the tutorial. So the first thing you're going to do is find out where you're going to put your shop. So then you're going to put your lamp and a barrel under it. This lamp is so you can indicate the stock. So when the stock is empty, this lamp turns off, and when there's some items in the stock, this lamp will turn on. And then under it we have our barrel. That's obviously where the player will pay and get their items. So we don't need this lamp anymore, and we don't need one of these barrels anymore. Let me just rearrange my inventory a little bit. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go 2 blocks under your barrel and then 1 block to the right. And then you're going to put your second barrel over here, and this is going to be your storage barrel. So all the payments that the players will make will go into this barrel. And then you're going to put a block above it, and then you're going to put 2 hoppers pointing into the right side. So we got a hopper pointing to the right and another hopper pointing to the right. And then a comparator in front of that hopper like that. And then we're going to put a block in front of this comparator with a piece of redstone, and then we're going to put a redstone block next to this comparator, and that's actually going to lock it. And then we're going to put a target block next to this redstone block, and then we're going to put a sticky piston facing the back, and then a comparator facing this block over here with the redstone, and then a block behind that comparator. And then here we're going to put 2 hoppers pointing into each other like this. And then you're going to put your second piston, so your normal piston facing towards that sticky piston like that. You're going to put your second redstone block in front of that sticky piston, and a comparator coming off this back hopper like this. You're going to put 2 blocks going up like that, and 1 block going down with a repeater and 2 redstone dust like this. And then you're going to put a block in front of that redstone dust, and then 2 blocks, and then you're going to put your repeaters going into this hopper. And then over here, we're just going to put a block, and then we're going to put redstone, and that's going to power that, but then we're going to make it redirect and go down here. And then we're going to put a repeater going into this barrel over here, and that's going to lock this bottom hopper. So now this is where you decide what you want your price to be. So let's say you want your price to be 4 of the payment objects. So we're going to take some of our junk items, and we're going to put 4 in this first slot, and that is going to activate the hopper timer. And as you can see, now this piece of redstone is powering this target block, powering this piston, but it doesn't realize it yet, so that's exactly what we need. So now over here, we're going to put a stack of, actually no, we're going to take 1, so we're going to put 63 of our items in here, and then fill the rest with our wooden shovels, and then fill it with the stack, and now it should activate for the first time. So over here, you're going to notice we actually have 3 payment items instead of 4, and that's because one of them went into this bottom hopper like that. So there we go. So now whenever you pay 4 payment items, let me just put 4 in this barrel, it is going to activate this payment system over here. So like that, and then end up in this bottom barrel. So this is all correct. So now let's make the reward system. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a sticky piston facing towards this block over here. We're going to put an observer facing upwards like this, and a block above it. And then we're going to put a hopper going into this barrel, and a comparator going into that redstone lamp, and then a hopper going into that comparator. So it's going to go sort of like this. And this is where you're going to use your minecart chest and your rail. So you're going to put a block up like that. You're going to put a rail and get your minecart and do something like this. Break the block, and then you can just pick up your rail or just let it fall in the void like that. So now basically what's going to happen is the items from this hopper are going to go into this minecart chest, down into this hopper, and into the barrel. So that is why we got the minecart chest, so we can have a comparator and a container in the same block. So now we're going to put a redstone block on top of this hopper, and you're going to put your sticky piston facing into it like this. And now you can fill this with your payment items, and as you can see, the redstone lamp lights up. So now we're going to put 2 hoppers pointing into each other next to this redstone block, so it looks like this. And that's where we're going to be controlling the amount you get back, so we'll get back to that later. You're going to put a block here with a comparator facing the back, put a block like this in front of it, get your redstone torch, and put a torch to the side, and get your sticky piston, if I can place it properly, and face it so it goes to the left side. and then you're going to get your observer and face the observer towards this piston and put a block in front like this. And now we are not done quite yet. We just have to do the last system, which processes multiple payments. So now we're going to put an observer coming from this hopper like this, put a sticky piston in front of it, and we're going to get our cauldron and our water bucket. We're going to put it one block in front, fill it with water, get rid of this water before I ruin something somehow. And then we're going to put a block in front of that cauldron like this, get your comparator, and put it facing towards this left side. You're going to put a block in front of that comparator, put a redstone torch to the side, and it's going to quickly turn off like that. And then finally, you're going to put a torch on this block, and this thing's going to spaz a little bit, but it's all fine. So there we go. And it should burn out like this. So that should be your shop complete. So now let's control how many items we get back. So we're going to go into this hopper, and let's say you want to get 3 items back. That means you need to place 2 items into this hopper. So let's just do that. Place 2 items. And there we go. This top circuit is now primed because that piston retracted. So now let's do a quick test. Let's just double check we did everything. So there's 4 items in here and 2 items in here. So that means when we pay 4 diamonds, we should get some gold back. So 3 gold back. So let's pay our 4 diamonds. That's going to go through. And we're going to get 3 gold back like this. And we can just pick that up and do whatever we want. So now let's try with multiple payments. So let's just put 8 diamonds in the system, and it should stop at 4, and we should get 3 gold ingots back. And then the last 4 diamonds will be taken, and we'll get another 3 gold ingots back. So there we go. That means the system works. So now let's just clean it up a little bit, add a wall, and I'll tell you how you can add some extra storage to this and how you can change the price, so stay tuned in the video. So we can just add a wall like this. These can all be solid blocks. And then you can add a floor like this, however long you want. And there we go. You can technically stack these next to each other. They just need to be like 1 block away. So that is the entire shop. So now let's see if you want to expand the storage. All you need to do is point a hopper into this hopper, and I'll just pick up my reward items, and we can just fill this hopper over here, and they'll start flowing into that hopper. And then we can get a chest, and we can slot in a double chest really nicely on top like that, and then you can just continue your storage upwards. So then over here, let's say you want to change the price. So stuff is going to happen if you start messing with the items, but that's completely fine. So let's say we want it to increase the price. So if we just want to make it, you need 6 diamonds and you get 3 of the things back. So that means you put 6 in here, and now you need to pay 4 items. You need to pay how much you did previously so the shop can reset. So let's just pay some diamonds. But you'll notice that this redstone block stays in that area longer. So now this should make space for 6 diamonds instead of 4. I'm pretty sure I did 6, right? Yeah, 6. So let's just test that. So instead of 4 diamonds, let's put in 6 diamonds in here. And we'll get 6 diamonds going in. We heard the piston go off. And there we go. We get our 3 gold. And same thing up here. You can increase and decrease this all you want. And yeah, that's basically how you do it. And one last thing, I guess, if you want to really add this, you can add some kind of note block chime thing. So all you have to do is place a note block next to this, set it to whatever pitch you want, I don't really know. So that note block is going to go off whenever the items start coming in. So I'll just do that and show you. So we pay our 6 diamonds, the piston's going to go, then we're going to hear the note block. So you just heard the note block barely among all the pistons, and there we go. So yeah, this is the any ratio super epic amazing payment system. Once again, I'm gonna credit T2 Studios and Redstone for making the original idea of this, and then I kind of stole it and made it smaller. So yeah, this video should be going out at the same time as Rex's, so go check out his video. Like I said in the beginning of the thing with the whole fancy backstory. So yeah, that is the Any Ratio shop. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna drop items, do the average boring YouTuber thing, and then fall into the void. So this video is gonna end when I die. Goodbye.